Welcome everybody to D&D Direct. We are so excited to be here with you today and to bring the most anticipated announcements from the world of Dungeons & Dragons.
And to prove it, we're going to dive right into the adventure with this truly stunning surprise. Check this out.
Many dangers when you adventure.
What a way to kick off our show!
I can't believe Minecraft and Dungeons & Dragons are teaming up.
I know! Minecraft fans and their friends now get to battle all the classic monsters from D&D. What an amazing way to unite these two worlds. And for our D&D fans, we have a little something extra to commemorate your new Minecraft adventure. You can download a special Minecraft Monsters Compendium at minecraft.net and on D&D Beyond at no cost. It features some of your favorite Minecraft mods for you to add to your games.
We're going to reveal all the new and exciting things coming to Dungeons & Dragons this year.
From the star-studded D&D movie coming out this spring to riveting reveals in the realms of digital, print, collectibles, and more.
You can track what's coming up next right here on the screen, so you'll be sure to catch your favorite announcements.
And of course, you'll have us with you every step of the way. I'm your host, Gina Darling, and next to me is this strapping young man.
I'm Iffy Wadiway. We've been a part of this community for a long time, and we know there are millions of fans out there who can't wait for all this new content.
We're here to tell you everything you need to know about what's going on in the world of D&D.
All right, let's keep the momentum going with the stars of the upcoming Paramount picture, Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, right here.
What is that?
We're facing the greatest evil the world has ever known.
She's executing our people.
This is unlike anything we've ever seen.
What's trying to kill us this time?
Pretty much everything.
The magic is on a whole other level.
We're outmatched. How are we gonna defeat them?
I know what to do. I can ask corpses 5 questions and then they go back to being dead.
Perlamon tergatis.
Maybe I'm not saying it right.
Yuck.
Wonderful. Were you killed in battle?
Yes.
Great. 4 more questions, right?
Yes.
No. That wasn't for you. Did that count as a question?
Yes.
Damn it. Only answer when I talk to you. Okay?
Yes.
Why did you say okay at the end of that?
I didn't.
Fantastic. Where's the shovel?
Oh, I can't wait.
I've already got my tickets.
Ooh, which reminds me.
What? What are you doing? We're hosting a show right now, dude.
Well, after seeing the trailer, I wanted to make a bard like Chris Pine's character, so I went to playdnd.com and found one of these pre-made character sheets. Then I filled out some stuff and made up a name, and ta-da, character created.
Hey, sorry. What Iffy's trying to say is, if you want to play D&D with your friends, you can start by going to playdnd.com and create a character of your own, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm already done. We can play later.
Yeah, and that's not all. Check out this song and dance on how to teach your friends about D&D.
Take it away, Joe Cat.
So what do you say? Interested?
I don't know. I'll think about it and I'll get back to you.
Oh, okay. Well, no worries. We can talk about it later.
So you want to game with your friends, but they are all new and have trouble playing pretend. It all seems so hard to be in the right cards just to play.
I know you.
But luckily, hope is not lost. Despite how it seems, there is very little cost. In fact, it's quite painless, in some ways even brainless. And so I will teach you today. First, you get your friends together, and yes, you have them pique their interest, and then you grab them, show them live plays or fun short clips or even the D&D movie. Then set a time to start playing weekly, make some characters that uniquely fit their fantasy, or dumb memes or something completely left field but groovy. Tell them it's their chance to star in their own series where they can do anything, save the world or be the villain. Use an imagination, you can even smooch a king.
This all sounds fun and everything, but I have a few concerns.
Like?
I can't voice act or sing good songs.
Embrace the bad. It's fun as heck.
I'm scared I might get rules all wrong.
Just make some up, or you can check.
But who will be the dungeon master?
Who knows the most, or the bravest friend?
But what if it all ends in disaster?
Learn from mistakes and try again! Grab pen and paper and starting rule set, and that's all you will need to start that game of D&D with your friends.
Can I have cars and laser guns?
Sure, hold like fantasy, then do sci-fi. Any setting can take its place by making homebrew or funhouse rules to custom tailor your grand adventure. D&D is so much more than how you start or how it ends. Print some sheets and grab some dice, then go and grab your friends.
You know what? I actually do want to give it a try.
Yeah!
Now, it's no secret that the D&D movie is going to introduce the game we all love to millions of new potential fans.
We want to welcome all these new adventurers, no matter how they want to play.
And your friendly local game stores around the world will join in on the D&D celebration with an introduction to D&D games from April 6th to April 9th.
Let's give every new adventurer an enthusiastic welcome to D&D together.
And here is another great way to make that movie experience come to life with Hasbro's March Monster Madness. Please, I'm begging you, please have the owlbear. I would sell my sibling for an owlbear right now.
Hi, my name is Emily. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the brand manager for Dungeons & Dragons toys over at Hasbro. We have been working on a lot of awesome D&D toys this year to celebrate the upcoming theatrical release, Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, and D&D lore in general. Some of my favorite toys that we're making include our Golden Archive collection, which are our 6-inch scale figures that have premium deco, they're highly articulated, they're so much fun to play with. We have our Cartoon Classics assortment that celebrate the 40th anniversary of the 1980s cartoon, and our Dicelings, which are the first ever D20s that convert into your favorite D&D monsters. Today, I am so excited to get to show to you, for the very first time, 3 of our upcoming Golden Archive monster releases. So we have our new Golden Archive Xanathar, our lore-inspired Owlbear, and then our Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves Displacer Beast. All of these are absolutely fantastic figures that you are definitely going to want to add to your collection. If you'd like to learn more about these figures, please plan on heading over to the Hasbro Pulse YouTube page tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time for a fan stream. Pre-orders for these 3 figures open tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Xanathar and the Displacer Beast are going to be Hasbro Pulse exclusives, and then our Owlbear is going to be a GameStop exclusive with limited quantities available on Pulse. So we hope to see you tomorrow for the fan stream. Thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy the rest of D&D Direct.
They did it. The brown owlbear figure will be available at GameStop, and you can get the Xanathar and Displacer Beast from Hasbro Pulse. He's my favorite.
Well, check out these stunning secret layer cards from Magic the Gathering featuring characters from the D&D movie. Beautiful. And look, the regular cards and premium foil cards are on sale today at MagicSecretLayer.com.
There are so many ways to engage right now with Dungeons & Dragons. We've seen pathways today through film, collectible cards, and figures, but there's nothing as fascinating as a gripping story.
And one of the best ways to immerse yourself in the Forgotten Realms is through the mind of author R.A. Salvatore.
R.A. Salvatore is a New York Times best-selling author, father of the legendary character Drizzt Do'Urden, and creator of the epic series detailing Drizzt's adventures through the Forgotten Realms.
You know, Drizzt has been thrilling fans as a noble ranger with impressive swordsmanship and compelling conflicted personality for 35 years. And now, in the final book, Salvatore's latest series, The Way of the Drow trilogy, is coming out this August. To tell us all about his latest book and also what that Neverwinter collaboration was like, here's the fantasy writing goat himself, R.A. Salvatore.
Maybe you call Mark? I wasn't planning to be an author. I was a math science major in college. I was going to be a technical writer maybe after I kind of switched over, because after I read Tolkien, I wanted to be a writer, or at least I wanted to read. But I ran out of fantasy books to read, so I wrote my own. When I started writing, Drizzt wasn't even in the outline that I had to do when I was doing the audition to get the first book. And I got a phone call that said, I'm late for this meeting. I have to get in there. And I need a sidekick for Wolfgar. What's his name? And off the top of my head, I said, Drizzt Do'Urden of Dairman the Shesbrenon, the 9th house of Menzoberranzan. She said, can you spell it? I said, not a chance. And that's how he was born. He was the classic, misunderstood, unappreciated hero. People don't get him. They judge him unfairly. He feels like people don't know who he is. They don't accept him. It's not the content of his character with him. Who doesn't feel that way? He just resonates with people. Drizzt believes in personal agency. That's what these books are all about, is personal, individual agency. You are responsible for who you are. It's not hereditary. It's your responsibility. One of the things I've said about these books from the very beginning is that they're how I make sense of the world. I take these characters and I put pressure on them. I ask for answers to the questions I have about the world I live in. And that's what these books have done for me for 35 years. And Way of the Drow is like, it's come full circle. In the third book, Loth's Warrior, this is the fight. Drizzt has come an awful long way. He is the catalyst for the war that's gonna happen in Menzoberranzan. He's a big player in this, whether he wants to be or not. And if he dies there, he's okay with it, because he's following what he has to do. And he's completely accepted that. It's very different to write for a video game than writing a novel. When I'm writing a novel, I'm giving you people through whom you will see the world, right? You're gonna walk down the road looking at the world through Drizzt's eyes. When I'm writing a video game, however, the most important character in a video game to a player is the one they're playing. Neverwinter, the work they're doing always astounds me. And the fact that they're piggybacking on stuff I did makes me feel very, very good. And what they really want us to do is come in and help them write something that's not in the books that would make sense alongside the books. So it becomes a true collaboration. When I started this journey, I thought it was gonna be like a lark. I wanted to get my name on a book. When somebody writes to you and they say that something you've done has had a positive change in their life, It reminds you what a privilege it is to be able to be let into someone else's life through your work. Because, you know, they're bringing it to the book. I get letters from people saying, these guys became my friends. Or I get a letter from someone who's really ill and says, I didn't think I could beat this, but I think of Dredz and what he went through. I can beat this. I'm sitting at home one day and what shows up on my house but an American flag, along with a poster of a chopper flying over a fire base in Afghanistan. And it's signed by everybody on the crew and at the fire base at the time. And they were reading the Dredz books. And they were saying, you know, you're making us forget what we had to do today and not think about what we got to do tomorrow. Thank you. You don't expect that. I mean, you know, I'm trying to just make people have a few hours of fun, enjoyment, entertainment. But they take it and they make it more. And it's a real privilege. And it's humbling, it's inspiring, it's why I do what I do.
Menzo Baranzan is a prison. I am fortunate to have escaped. It is my hope that someday this place can be cast open, its citizens freed from their captor.
Gina and I both got to fly out to Washington and meet the developers on the D&D digital play space. We are so excited to share all the secrets we discovered, so check this out.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
This is amazing.
You guys ready to play some D&D?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So we've got 4 really cool characters here. Is anyone thinking about anything specifically as you're looking at these?
I'm thinking Dorbin. I like his beard and I want to be a bearded man today.
Nice. Nice. All right, so
Are you having fun dragging him around?
Oh, yeah, it's a blast.
I've actually had the sorcerer I've been wanting to play for forever. Is there a way I can just port it in?
Yeah, is it on D&D Beyond?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. There we go, all linked up and ready to go.
Woo, huzzah!
There's a lot of ways to play D&D online, and not all of them are hitting the big 3 things that we think were important: fun, convenience, and authenticity. Oh, hello, welcome to the inn. Have a seat. I'll get some refreshments. What would you have?
A nice grog would be nice. I'm really warm. I was standing real close to the fireplace. You have good wood. Your wood is good.
Everyone hears scratching noises in the walls. Barton's like, damn rats, and he kicks the wall.
I'd like to roll perception to see if I can figure out where the sound is coming from.
Yeah, so you want to go to the walls and kind of look around. Fire breaks out. The whole inn shudders a little bit.
Dorbin, do the rats you encounter normally move buildings?
Not anyone that I've seen.
There might be more to this than rats.
What I want to do is connect all my friends and play with them. They're on their computers, they're on their phones, they're on their game consoles, but we're all together playing through the same virtual tabletop. So that's the dream right there.
Yeah.
Ceiling crashes down. Everybody make a dex save.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that's under your dexterity. It'll be the top up there. It'll be dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, solid 9.
So now you roll 2 dice.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
Well, let's see how cool it is after you roll.
I know.
We're in Unreal 5, which is latest, greatest. But now we're actually testing with friends of people who work at Wizards and their families. It's got spells, it's got effects, it's got a lot more rules in it. So those sort of things are what we've been adding.
I will go over to this flame here and sort of rub my hands together and go, all right, please work, please work, please work. And I'm going to cast Control Flames.
Nice.
To extinguish them.
We're just trying to like show you where the rules are, not being like, oh, once you get to the end of that, you can't move anymore, because that's not really D&D to us. It's like, if your DM's okay with it and you want to do a flip and land on the table, then that's just how the game gets played. Yeah, go ahead. Just put yourself right up on top of the roof.
I have the high ground now.
The ground shakes, trembles, and an insect-like beast comes out with gnashing pincers. We can have the DM be able to set the mood, set the lighting. What time of day is it? Is it raining? You know, is there fire embers falling from the sky? We just want to enable people to play the way they want to. Let's go into encounter mode now, which means that we're all going to roll initiative. So, oh, and look, the DM dice. 2 20s.
No.
always happens. So he's gonna turn around and actually acid spray the kobolds.
Oh my God, stop, really?
D&D is the first mod community.
Yes.
Right? Like, if
yes.
you go all the way back. We're going to make our own content, but we want to make that content out of building blocks that everybody can break apart and make their own content from, because that remix is like core to the DNA of D&D.
I will use my longsword. Here we go.
Oh!
Well, that got his attention.
Oh no.
You might want to just give this one up and run.
So with these tools that you're going to hand to the players, is there a way for the community to share assets?
The strength of it is the community, and the community creating everything. And we create stuff, and then the community tries to one-up us, and then we try to one-up the community, right? Like, that's a big part of it. And having that sort of marketplace where you can just like download other people's stuff and check it out, I think that's like a core to the final experience.
Then I'm going to hold out my hands and cast Magic Missile with all of them focused on the Unkegged.
We're going to put everything in the monster manual in it. We want you to be able to, play the game as it's written.
I have 8 hit points. I don't do physical activity.
Miss 18. Ooh. Slam down to the left and right of you.
I feel like it's so perfect to come in and be able to visualize and see everything and hear everything. That's what my favorite thing about this whole VTT is.
There's always like a group of people that want to take that, 5-hour prep, and there's people like me that just like, give me an in, some characters, and I'm playing. Oh, there we go.
Let's
2 dice.
Let's go. So I think the big question is, when are we getting the virtual tabletop?
Next, we're just going to open it up slowly to more and more people so that hopefully a lot of the people listening will be able to play it this year.
I hope that you are so very proud of this because I was in awe.
I am glad that you guys like it. You never know, right? That's where I'm at with the developers. Like, I need the feedback. I need the loop.
That was so cool.
It's true. To get to see all of this in its early stages was so exciting.
We'd like to go now to the WZK newsroom where they have the latest developments of an escape of a life-size mimic. Let's find out what's going on.
Good morning and welcome to WZK News. Taking acting classes on Santa Monica Boulevard. I'm getting some breaking news. Just in, it seems there's been another escape from
Next up, we have Joe Manganiello here in the studio. He's the director and producer of the D&D documentary coming out next year, and he has a special update just for us about where they are in the making of.
Hi, everyone. I'm Joe Manganiello. Like many of you, Dungeons & Dragons has had a huge impact on me ever since I was a kid, growing up, spending summers on a small island off the coast of Maine, and then throughout the rest of the year back home in Pittsburgh. It provided an incredible wellspring of form and creativity that sparked a lifelong love of storytelling that began galvanizing itself through my role as a dungeon master, beginning at the young age of 9. Ultimately, it was my love of Dragonlance that opened the door for my involvement with the brand, working tirelessly to develop a live-action version of the Dragonlance novels that have never been far from my thoughts throughout all these years since I first read them. But I'm here today speaking to you because I'm also in the middle of directing and producing the official 50-year history of Dungeons & Dragons documentary, working alongside leading Dungeons & Dragons scholar John Peterson, his co-author of several D&D books, Kyle Newman, and my brother and producing partner, Nick. Being that we're standing on the precipice of the 50th anniversary of Dungeons & Dragons in 2024, it was the perfect time for this documentary to be made. We're also currently in production filming elevated conversations with a host of creators, directors, screenwriters, authors, showrunners, rock stars, politicians, talk show hosts, comedians, professional wrestlers, studio executives, and visual artists who all came from completely different worlds but transformed their own lives. And as a result, the culture we live in. And I think it's important to say that we're not just documenting D&D's roller coaster of a history, but the incredible impact that it's had on the world and our culture up till now. So stay tuned, as we'll be bringing you more updates throughout the year as we get closer to the documentary's release date. That's right, in the Year of the Dragon, 2024. Thanks so much.
That documentary is going to be the perfect way to celebrate 50 years of Dungeons & Dragons.
It's so true. It's amazing getting to understand the inspiration behind it, how it has evolved, and the passion that still guides and empowers this legendary world of adventure and fantasy.
There has never been a better time to make the epic stories of Dungeons & Dragons part of your personal story. There's room in this adventure for everyone in whatever way you and your friends and family like to engage most.
Yep, the fun of sharing our imaginations and our individual passions with others is what Dungeons & Dragons is all about.
That is why it's been such a pleasure to be here today to share and celebrate this next leg of our adventure together.
Iffy and I thank you for joining us here at D&D Direct, but before we go, we have one last piece. The veritable boss battle of our whole show.
That's right. You're going to see the seeds of storytelling that have been building over the past decade. You're also going to hear about what's coming next in the stories and adventures from Dungeons & Dragons Studio in 2024 and beyond.
Take it away, Chris Perkins and Jeremy Crawford.
Hey there, everyone. We are so excited to talk about what we've spent the past decade building and exploring together, the D&D multiverse.
Within these stories, we've visited fantastic worlds, embarked on thrilling adventures, and come face to face with a few of the D&D multiverse's most iconic characters and conflicts.
We began our exploration of the multiverse in 2014, laying the foundation for exciting stories to come. Together, we uncovered mysterious obsidian obelisks brimming with incredible power. We fought off corrupt prophets of elemental evil before they could obliterate the Forgotten Realms.
We battled giants, bent on conquering the Sword Coast, and we bore witness to the terrifying return of Tiamat, the evil queen of dragons.
We also encountered some of D&D's most timeless figures, iconic spellcasters like the world-hopping wizard Mordenkainen, who confronted the vampire lord Strahd, and the witch queen Tasha, famous for her potent spells and tomes on fiendish lore. Were they friend or foe? Well, that was for you to discover. So what's next? As always, the D&D multiverse just keeps on getting bigger. In 2023, we'll pick up where we left off and introduce some new narrative threads.
Let's start with Keys from the Golden Vault, a burglar's dozen of daring heists. One of the 13 adventures takes place in Revel's End, the bleak prison that features in the upcoming D&D movie Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
Next, we'll marvel at wondrous legends and giant civilizations in the book Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants. Bigby, another timeless figure from D&D's multiverse, will expand on the origins of giants and their titanic struggles with each other as they vie for power.
After that, we'll further explore the mystery of the obelisks that have cropped up in so many of our adventures. Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk, marks our return to Phandalin, where a mysterious obelisk begins to unleash monstrous danger beneath the earth.
Next up is Planescape, Adventures in the Multiverse. In this book, we'll return to Sigil, a place where anything can happen. It's a city where everyone and everything is together, and as we know, that can lead to, well, disagreements. This realm of possibilities is full of wild and weird planes of existence for you to explore and sets up our major adventure in 2024.
And we'll end this year with a closer look at a magic item that has been a delightful source of chaos in D&D, the Deck of Many Things. For the first time, we're delving into the multiverse-spanning story behind this bedlam-causing, campaign-rocking item.
Remember, The D&D multiverse is always expanding. Even with so many new stories coming to light, there's still so much more to explore.
And so many more stories to tell. A major D&D villain will be making his long-awaited return in the not-too-distant future. Dare we utter his name?
Those of you who've watched Stranger Things may know Vecna as an otherworldly monster, but this villain's true cosmic horror will be unleashed in 2024 with a world-hopping adventure that both celebrates our 50-year history and reveals even deeper plots for years to come.
Vecna's reign of terror is just one example of the interconnected storytelling that can be found in D&D. Every new product is a chance for us to build on earlier work and plant new seeds for the future.
It's true. Vecna is just the beginning. You're going to see so many more surprising connections emerge during the next 5 years.
For example, the Red Wizards, whose evil is on display in the D&D movie, will have their own epic story in 2025.
And speaking of villains in red, fans of the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon will be pleased to hear that the red-clad sorcerer Venger, that show's main antagonist, will return in a D&D adventure.
And let's not forget the League of Malevolence, an assemblage of villains introduced in the wild beyond the Witchlight. These villains seek power across the multiverse, and you will learn more about them and their members in the years and stories to come.
There are so many future secrets and stories that we can't possibly cover them all here. We can't wait to reveal them to you one by one.
Thank you for supporting, sharing, and telling these incredible stories with us. D&D fans are truly the heart of this brand. What we write, you bring to life.
And the most exciting twists and turns in Dungeons & Dragons are still ahead. Here's to the next leg of the adventure.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
From all of us here at D&D Direct, thank you for adventuring with us for nearly 50 years. Here's to 50 more.
To 50 more. Goodbye, everyone.